first-time participant.
Very well.
Somebody in here smells like Dookie. River.
Oh, River was digging in the dookie pile.
It was the Brown River, and this fucking microphone, son of a bitch.
Throw it in the dookie pile, bury it. No one will ever find it.
Adjust it. Wiggle out there. Come on.
Just wiggle.
Come on.
Just wiggle for him. You got it.
That's a spot. Well, hey guys, what's going on here? River Sullivan coming at you right here, right now. There went a Dasani bottle, and here we come right at you. Once again, pre-recorded for your live listening pleasure for another episode of Season 5 of This Evening Tonight. And with me here, yet again, and as always, with the continual future of Season 5, the man of his own legends, Dave.
It's me.
Who Dave is also my savior, and we'll get into that later. But also here joining us as a guest on the show, as he also most eloquently said, longtime listener, first-time participant.
Hey, y'all. Phil here.
Phil.
All right, Phil.
He cut me off before I could do his intro, so that's what you're getting.
Damn it. You took a really long pause there.
Dramatic effect. We do that.
We'll close it. We'll clean it up in post.
Yeah.
Well, River will. I'm not going to do shit.
River, this episode might come out as is because I'm so fucking tired right now.
Is that tired? What you been doing all day?
I've been doing a lot of the doo-doo. Not taking doo. Doo-doo, god damn it. I've had a stroke. I don't know. I'm throwing off the dynamic here. I feel like something's off. What are we feeling? I know you're nodding. You're nodding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The dynamic is off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also, because I just threw all this shit together here.
Indubitably.
Indeed. But yes, Phil, we have been doing a lot here on the show. As you can tell, we are in the illustrious man-barred shed of doing man things, and sometimes girls can come in because girls can do stuff too. Building. We're going to try to get that burned onto a sign, but it's gonna take some extreme shorthand for the sign that I have.
Plus, they charge by the letter, and that's...
Yeah. How are they supposed to read if they can't even fit inside the building?
Hey, that's not fair. The small print saying they can come in is way at the back.
This is a school for ants. But anyway, so this week, guys, we had everything was planned out, because we are just the kings of planning shit on this show, and as if every episode is just handcrafted masterfully, and at no point ever in this episode have we ever just riffed. I mean, not just pulled bullshit out of our ass, but here we are, totally not pulling bullshit out of our ass. Because originally we were going to talk a little bit about dinosaurs, and I was supposed to do some research, but I'm stupid. And Dave was supposed to do some research, but he got really busy. He's not stupid. He's a smart man. But Phil, why don't you tell us a little bit, what is it that you wanted to talk about dinosaurs? So maybe we could just kind of see what it is you want to hit up here, and we'll see what fanciful segues we can shoot and ladder our way down to.
Well, first off, I was going to ask you, River, what is your favorite dinosaur?
I'd like to label myself as a T-Rex to a Velociraptor man.
Now, when you say Velociraptor, this is a big one. You talking Jurassic Park Velociraptors or the little turkey-sized murder machines?
Ooh. I'm going to go with Jurassic Park because it was just, that first movie that really gave me that full image, and mainly Muldoon, doing that whole scene. Clever girl. Just nailed him.
Absolute classic part. So, yeah, Jurassic Park, beautiful. Loved it. Went there as a kid. Me and my mom saw it. We were trying to see dinosaurs on the rest of the way back. Loved it. Problem is, they were wrong a lot. So, that there was a Deinonychus, not a Velociraptor.
So the raptor from the movie was not the raptor?
It was not. It should have been feathered, called a Deinonychus. Otherwise, it was good.
When did they discover, though, that feathers were on dinosaurs? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I see it now in, Ark and, video games and stuff like that. A lot of the dinos they're feathered, they have little wings.
Yeah, so we knew that when Jurassic Park came out. First one would be the Archaeopteryx. I don't remember when they found that one, but it's been out long before I was a kid.
Wasn't it markings on the bones or something that led them... Where the quills would go in.
Was it a fossilized plumage?
May have been something like fossilized skin or something where you could actually see the marks from the quills.
Plumage.
So the bones aren't bones; those are rocks. So it gets in the mud, and different kind of mud backfills it. So we get skin textures, feather textures. Pretty fucking cool. Now, you mentioned Tyrannosaur. There's another type of Tyrannosaur called the Eutyrannus. That one we know is feathered. I love that thing. Came out of China.
So it's the size of the T-Rex that we would imagine on TV, and yet covered in feathers?
Absolutely. Maybe a little bit smaller.
Like a giant chicken.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's a game changer. You look at Jurassic Park now, and I need somebody to re-render the entire first movie and put feathers on that. Imagine that scene in the Jurassic Park movie where the fence is getting bent because the Rex is broken from containment because Nedry set loose the virus in the computer and shut everything down. And then you just see it like water running off. You see that weird wispy eye, but it's like white feathers and like a red comb. And
please do that.
Almost a bee. You know, just,
There's a chicken!
you wouldn't be afraid of that. Like
No. If they had the Velociraptors, you could punt the things. I mean, I'm sure they'd taste delicious. They
That's
are
all I can
birds.
think about now. Is I just like, what does a Rex taste like?
Man, speaking of taste, what are you drinking over there, River?
This is a Bologna hard seltzer from Mexico. I'll try not to name drop them. They're not sponsoring me, so they don't get that.
Okay, forget them.
You got a
But me?
You got a White Fang? Is that a
Yeah,
White
I've got
Fang?
some White Fang. I think it's an 18-year. Something like that. It tastes like iced tea, so I don't really care. It's hot.
Oh, shit.
I want something cold.
I didn't turn my thing on vibrate open.
I was hoping you got a nice text message.
Now, it said I earned 3 badges for activity today.
Ooh.
Because I have one of those fancy smartwatches that tracks my activity because of what we have going on right now, and that was pretty much me and my dad for about 4 hours today digging out the septic drainage line to Casa de Sully. And when the wind blows just the right way,
It's earthy.
it's very earthy and very shitty. There is an oaky finish in there that is just not right. But yeah, I had to dig up the septic line of the house. Not a fan. I was grateful my old man brought his tractor down and was using the backhoe to get all the big shit dug up. And by shit I mean dirt.
I was gonna
It's
watch.
just getting down to the pipe. So we locate the pipe and then replace it because we knew it was collapsing. As we talked about before on the show, that I had to have some Super Mario Brothers come out there. And I was so glad that we dug it up because it looked like a McDonald's straw that had been ran over by a car. Like it was just flat, and then it had splits all through it. And then while we're digging, she flushes the toilet, and water just starts kind of jetting out of it. I freak out, but it's so bad.
That's the joy of home ownership.
It is so bad.
Did you find any fossils?
I think. And by a fossil, it was that bamboo toilet paper that she had bought before it had not broken down. My brother showed up in like the last 45 minutes or so we were doing this, and he's helping me out, and he goes, "Oh man, look, there's that toilet paper there. It hasn't even changed. Like, it just didn't break down." Bamboo toilet paper. Don't use it. Highly recommend. Yeah, home ownership. That has been a basket of kittens here for me. Just being a recent homeowner as of just, I guess, going on to 2 years. 2 years and some change will be upcoming here in September. But, man, the joys of owning a home that if they had ever told me, and by they I mean people, had told me about that I would go through when I would own a home, I will probably still own a home. Who am I kidding? I mean, renting was easy. Renting was fun. You didn't have to fix shit. But you can't build stuff. I would do it all over again. As much as I hate it right now. As sore as I am and as covered in poop as I am right now. That's why we got the door open.
I think it's basically like you're paying an exorbitant amount of money for a second job. Is basically what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm working my front job to work my second job, which is maintaining and upgrading this house for the one day that you might be able to sell it and then upgrade it into another house that you can then do the same shit all over to again.
It's never gonna end.
It never ends.
And there's drywall.
So I found out.
Sorry.
I don't know that song.
I found out within the first year of getting mine that I was going to get water leaking into the basement on the reg, and it pushed thousands of millipedes into the basement. So that was a fun fix.
So that turned into Indiana Jones and like the Temple of Doom.
It did.
You just were missing short round and the spike thing coming down and crushing you.
Yeah. And the fix for that is during a heat wave, digging a trench out in front of the house. Just me and my dad and about 90 degrees.
Doing a French drain?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Handmade French drain. Probably won't break.
That's what I gotta do.
Would you use PVC or?
Some of that perforated PVC, some landscaping fabric, and some gravel, courtesy of some delivery service.
The red, white, and blue.
Mm-hmm. American rocks.
Once you get your trench finished, it's not a terrible job, but like if you live anywhere near here, you know how rocky the soil is. If you can even find soil in it, it's usually just rocks and clay, and digging a trench in that is a nightmare.
Well, I knew that we were in for a treat when we were running that backhoe, and my dad goes digging through and I go, all right, there's dirt, rocks, clay, and then it looked like cement, but it was milky.
Oh.
It was black, tarry, gray clay. And my dad gets a big scoop of it out of the bucket there and dumps it, and he goes, oh, that ain't good. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, that is your
That's
shit.
your spoop.
That's your doo-doo, my boy. Oh, God. So we get everything dug up, get all the pipe ripped out. My brother shows up with his buddy, and we're carving out the last little bit right up to the foundation. There's a big split in the top of the pipe, and we're going, all right, we need this to not be split, because if it gets any worse, we have to dig into the foundation, and that's going to be a nightmare in and of itself. We see 2 inches of exposed pipe that's not cracked. We go, yep, we just take the Sawzall, the reciprocating saw, chop it off, and then we look in there with a flashlight, and it's just shattered in the bottom of the pipe. Like, it looks like somebody took a K-bar to it and gutted it like it was Charlie in Vietnam. So now we have to dig into the side of the house using either an electric jackhammer
Or
a core drill, as Dave recommended. Well, I can't wait for that. I'm going to be doing that first thing in the morning, even though it looks like I'm going to have to run.
You're going to have such a good time, River.
I got to run clear over to Pennsylvania in the morning, first to Lowe's to get fucking PVC, because everywhere else is sold out.
Just imagine being able to flush your toilets again.
Oh, I mean, I can flush my toilet like a mofo right now. It'd just be a babbling brook. It'd be the babbling brook out there.
I guess you could.
I'm still curious how I'm going to shower tonight. I really, she thought I was joking, but I think I'm being serious. I'm going to have to stand outside in my undies, and she's going to have to hose me off while I loofah up and put the soap on me. Speaking of soap,
that water's going to be cold.
There is one thing, though, that I would like to mention, since we haven't done it here in the first 2 episodes. And that is, as most people here know that are followers of the show, that we are Duke Cannon affiliates. Duke Cannon did come out with a new product, and so we will label this week's trip into Duke Cannon country. This week's product is a brand new big-ass bar of soap that a friend of mine sent me that I need to try it out. He sent me the description on it, and I need to order it. It's the big-ass brick of soap, Gunsmoke Edition. Gun.
I like that.
Smoke. And he writes, one of our most requested scents ever. An ideal fall Saturday in Duke Cannon country involves just that, the country. There isn't a minivan in sight, and the closest spoils of concrete are about 30 miles away. While surrounded by your hunting buddies, 2 or 4-legged, the sun pulls itself above the horizon line, and you're filled with that particular adrenaline as your first shot rips across the sky. So their new big-ass brick of soap Gunsmoke attempts to capture that moment. The whiff you'll get isn't exactly metallic cordite, as I was hoping. Rather, notes of smoked wood, bourbon, vanilla, and charred leather combine to form a rich, slightly smoky scent that reminds you of a successful morning spent alongside your fellow sportsmen. I really do want to try it because just looking at the box, if I could pull this piece of shit up. Like, it has that very whimsical...
Oh, yeah.
Manly kind of whimsical, not Etsy kind of whimsical. I'm talking, this is like...
Looks like an old movie poster.
Yeah, this is like 1992 Field and Stream catalog right here.
Cool.
And earlier. But yeah, also, don't forget to check out the link in the description below, guys, as Duke Cannon affiliates here. You click on the link, buy yourself something a little nice, and a little bit of that goes directly to supporting the show here, so that way we can start filming it here for you. So maybe one day you guys can actually see the birds and all the shit that keeps pissing me off because it won't shut up over the microphones.
Yeah, the neighbors mowing their lawn.
The neighbors with his 747 cutting the grass, and these random ass rabbits that are somehow domesticated yet wild Just keep walking across the yard. That's interesting. And then also don't forget to go to Facebook and get your 10% off coupon there for our once a week code that we give out. But yep, Duke Cannon Country.
All right.
Gunsmoke. What do you got?
It sounds good. I was wondering if Phil knows of any dinosaurs that may have lived in or around West Virginia.
I believe we were mostly underwater at the time.
That would make sense.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Megalodons. So we got megalodons.
We should.
So we've got a bunch of shells.
If not,
I found fossilized shells and things as a child in the just breaking up like slate and things like that, but never found anything interesting.
we should have been a pretty good place for the old woolly mammoth and mastodon. And I know your
That'd be fun.
T-Rex was in North America, so you got a shot.
Yeah, probably not a big swimmer though.
It's got those little
Little
arms.
tiny arms.
Can't do the breaststroke.
Can't tread water.
It's got
Poor
hollow
guy.
bones, maybe.
Yeah, he might be buoyant.
Tiny hollow bones.
Tiny hollow bones.
Women have tiny hollow bones, don't they?
That's why they're so easy to break.
I heard that off the Netflix show Cobra Kai, and he was like, "Same reason women can't be in the military, 'cause, you know, they have tiny hollow bones." And I looked over at my lady, I just started laughing. I'm like, "Tiny hollow bones."
Yeah. She might fly soon, though.
Well, I don't have a favorite dinosaur.
What?
I don't.
What'd you do as a kid?
I don't remember. I think I chased birds trying to put salt on their tail.
Is that a thing? Do people do that?
What do you put salt on a bird's tail for? I'm out.
My parents used it to get me out of the house, I think, so they could have alone time. They said if you can put salt on a bird's tail, you can catch it. And then it wasn't until I was probably 25 when I realized, wait a minute. If you're close enough to a bird to put salt on his tail, of course you can catch it. I was out there throwing salt at birds so they wouldn't be able to take off and I catch them. Meanwhile, my parents are inside having the time of their life. They didn't have to deal with me because I was running around being crazy.
It's a beautiful lie.
It's a great lie, and I can't wait to use it.
Yeah.
But I guess if I had to pick one, I would probably choose like a pterodon or something that flies around and kind of swoops in.
I got bad
I thought you were
news,
just
though.
making a play on your wife's name or something. The pterodon.
She is terrifying.
She does eat meat.
She's little, but she's mean.
I do have bad news about that. It's not actually a dinosaur. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I knew there had to be something wrong.
Pterodon
catch.
is not a
It is not. It's a pterosaur, which is close to, but not quite a dinosaur.
distant cousin of a dinosaur.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Didn't live during the same period.
It did live at the same time. It's just not, genetically the same to count as that. There's a couple other weird ones like that. Like, everyone loves the old, I done forgot his name, the Dimetrodon. That's it. Little sail back thing. Not a dinosaur.
I had no idea. I thought they were all dinosaurs. My wife's cousin has a son, and this boy, ever since he's been born, he was born, he was just humongous. He must have been 30 pounds when he was born. Because when he was 4, I think he was already close to 4 feet tall.
What's his name?
I'm not gonna dox this kid on,
All right,
on your podcast.
so for the sake of the show, we'll just call him Big Chungus.
Yeah, Big Chungus had an affinity for dinosaurs and everything dinosaur. Loved it. Absolutely everything.
Dinosaur.
So much so that when he was 4, he put his aunt in timeout because she was like, what's a diplodocus? He's like, it's Diplodocus.
Diplodocus, yeah.
You're in timeout, Aunt so-and-so. And he was huge, so, you had to.
Go to the corner.
You had to go in the corner. Like he'd probably whip you. I think he might be 8 now, but I'm sure he's 6'3".
He's my size.
Because he has always been humongous. But yeah, I remember that. She said Diplodocus, and he just snapped around and said, it's Diplodocus.
So if this
You're in
child ever
timeout.
listens to the show, just, it's okay. Please don't put me in timeout.
Yeah, please don't hurt me.
Please.
I also love the Diplodocus. It's great.
That's a good one.
Which
Is that one a dinosaur?
Which one is the Diplodocus? Because I've heard the name before.
So it's a real long sauropod. Sauropods, them big 4-legged plant eaters. Like you got your Brontosaurus, which is real again. Apatosaurus, and Diplodocus a little smaller, but
But isn't
real
the
long.
Brontosaurus also the Brachiosaurus?
Brachiosaurus, yeah.
There's a funny story about those.
Oh, do tell.
Like when they sneeze on that little girl in that documentary by Steven Spielberg?
Loved it.
Well, the Brachiosaurus and the Brontosaurus were like the same thing, but you had two people that, quote unquote, discovered essentially the same remains, and there was like this great big squabble over what they were going to call it because of their last names. It was either going to be a Brontosaurus for the Bronte guy, I guess, or something. I don't know, but it was just like this long, drawn out rivalry between two paleontologists that were trying to claim this. So they essentially invented a whole other dinosaur so that they could both have their names on it.
So let me get this straight. In the time of archaeologists, since we've discovered...
I think this is like the 1820s.
But this is what I'm saying, though. Anytime that we've discovered something, like a great discovery, like a dinosaur, non-dinosaur, close distant relative of dinosaur, a lot of the names are a lot of the names derived from the people that discovered them?
No.
Not always.
Not many of them.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I was curious about that because I was like, man, T-Rex, like I was in my head, I was hearing that all these dinosaurs were like, oh, they were named after some certain dude that found him. And I said, oh, yeah, in my head, I'm going, okay. Because then my other question was going to be, what white trash America guy was like, this is the Ultrasaur.
It's coming.
It's a NASCAR saur.
Yeah. The Gigarex. Because he's got giga like
Copenhagenodon.
Here's Wild Scolosaur over here, and next to the Timberwolf Red Green win a long cut edition Pterodon.
That's a Bud Light Ceratops.
Oh, yeah.
There's the old Rainbow Warrior Pterodactyl.
Tyrannosaurus sponsored by Budweiser.
I love it when we make fun of these things. Just brought so much joy.
Well, we're allowed because we live here.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
They're not coming to the mountains.
Hey, you know what? That's the beautiful thing, though, about not only this state, but about this country. And I don't know if I'd ever mentioned it on the show with Scott before, was all the differentiating opinions that we have for back and forths, whether you feel one way or another, whether it be a political thing or a religious belief. That's the beautiful thing about this country is we can sit around and bitch about it and yell about it and talk about it. We don't really have to worry about getting our heads chopped off the next day by the police or getting my hand cut off or disagreeing with the local government or whatever.
God bless America.
I was going to say, like, you're not married yet. give it time.
Is that why you always kind of sitting in the guarded position? Like you're just very upright and erect, only in body?
And spirit.
Is it, though?
I'm just always, you never know when the old wife's going to...
Who's that?
Jump out of the woodwork and...
That's the beautiful thing. We have the early warning system here, known as a gravel driveway. That's one thing
That's
a lot
true.
of the city folk don't really understand is a good gravel driveway is amazing. Like I can sit clear out of my porch in the top of my driveway. I mean, what's 25, 30 yards?
Can't sneak up.
Sounds right.
Somebody will be creeping down that driveway. I'm going to hear it.
Yeah, your neighbors can hear it.
It's going to give me enough time to get my shit on.
Somebody's trying to sneak up on River.
Somebody trying to pose in the water hole. There's a snake in my boots.
Speaking of dinosaurs, again.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I haven't met many people like this, but I did know one gentleman in the Army that did not believe in dinosaurs.
Yeah. They exist.
I couldn't believe that he doesn't believe in dinosaurs. Like, what do you mean you don't believe in dinosaurs?
I've got a conspiracy
we found
for
him
you
and
to
found
follow
like
that
it's
up.
like no, the devil went back in time and buried those.
Yeah, that's a test. I don't know.
What?
But, like some of the papers and stuff about the Ark has dinosaurs on the Ark. It's like, who you gonna believe?
Noah's Amazing Zoo Boat.
Yeah.
So,
If you built an amazing zoo boat, I'm gonna go check out this. I'd pay $50. I want to go see.
So you want to talk about somebody that has like that's like a conspiracy theory, and it reminded me of one that I wanted to touch on. In the early 2000s, there was a man that came out with a theory that all the birds in the world
There's got to be dozens.
were fake. All the birds were fake.
They're fake.
All these
They're
birds out
drones.
here. Yes, they're all drones.
That's fact.
Why were you throwing salt at him, Dave? Why were you throwing
Because
salt?
damn the man.
Because you know why? Because salt corrodes batteries. Your parents were brilliant. They were training you.
I'm going to bring down the system. I'm the edge crusher.
They were training you to be a cut warrior of the wasteland. And where does it start? Corroding the batteries little by little. I mean, these run off like little lithium ions. Let's go. Shut up. Let's sprinkle some salt in there. Let's see what it does.
We get a corroded bird, we put it up on the internet, and we expose the big government.
We're like
I'm
how
down.
you blew the P on that. It was exposed. You got exposed if you big government.
You don't talk like that when you're talking conspiracies?
No, I mean, now I'm thinking about it. Like, it's like Patton Oswalt where he talks about reorders at Olive Garden, and I can relate because I'm fat. He's like, you bring me a bread bowl and butter filled with a biscuit, and you will not look at me while I eat it. That's how you really know you've arrived at.
That one.
That's how you really know you've arrived at fatness, is when you start blowing the B's and the P's. I'd like a cheeseburger with a Pepsi.
You can hear the jowls slapping back against your teeth.
Wiggly and the Pepsi. But blow and a butter biscuit.
I'm going to throw another God Bless America out there.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
And the gravy.
There is no substance to this episode so far, and I'm loving it.
Dinosaurs.
I mean, yeah, we got dinosaurs digging up shit pipe.
Big ass kid.
Big
Chungus.
Big Chungus.
This is why I tell you, Dave, I like the organic structure of this. Is once we get into the groove, it's just it's satisfying to me because it really feels more organic, more true, because it really is this show for a lot of people. If we have any of the non-believers out there, this show truly is unscripted. Unless there was like a scripted event. The only time I think I ever did that was like the Aliens one, where I had Martin, and when he was my first
talking
host.
about, Phil? I don't have this on my copy.
Oh, I mean, it's on like the third page. You don't have that? There's a reference.
I like your sound of it. Oh, he's breaking script again. He's breaking. We all know the first role in improv is to say yes.
Yes.
See, there you go.
And?
Well, it's on the teleprompter,
And,
so yeah.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah, yes and? That's
Yes,
great.
and
You do a thing, then you say some other. It's
you do a
perfect.
thing. Okay, yeah, I see where you're at. Okay, I found it.
So, Phil, you're in like the local Morgantown area still, right?
I am.
So you would know more about this. Is there anywhere I could take an improv class? Because I'd always wanted to take one.
I wish. I have no idea. I mean, there's some at the school, but
You are grimacing hard over there.
Like, can you?
That's
can you
just
pass
my
as a-
face. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can you pass as a high schooler? That's the first test of improv class.
Pass as a high schooler?
Yeah.
I mean, I was one.
That
I've
was-
known you. Backstory: me and
Yeah.
Phil have known each other since the 7th grade. We went to school together. We weren't popular people growing
No.
up there.
I was and still am a huge fucking nerd.
Absolutely. I was called a proto-nerd once because of my affinity for being nerdy with nerdy things, like my love of certain video games, comic books, stuff like that, but also enjoying some of the other things of like the type A personality, which is riding motorcycles and shooting guns and going fishing and stuff like that. It's the perfect nerd.
Yeah, get yourself a
Sounds
man
like
that
a
can
movie.
do it all.
Yeah. I mean, I can build things, but I can also rant about like the Higgs boson particle for a little bit. And
Oh God, could you? I'm getting hard.
yeah. Audible shudder from Dave.
Yeah,
Left
I
of the
got
room.
nothing to say for me. So, Phil, heard
Shoot.
you like to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, you heard correct. What you got?
Oh, I got nothing. I just heard that.
Phil also
The word
does,
on the street.
He also does a one better than most D&D players that I know, because you own not only the laser printer.
Correct.
It's a laser printer, right?
Yeah, laser cutter engraver.
Laser
that
cutter,
kind of thing.
laser engraver. That's
Yeah.
it. But you also own a 3D printer
I do. It's
where
working
you
again.
3D
sounds cool.
print all your own D&D figurines,
Yes.
and then he would hand paint them.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's super tedious. If your idea of fun on a Saturday night is a can of Mountain Dew, a light, some paint, and eye strain, oh man, come hang out.
Well, I could do without the Mountain Dew. I'll drink some Sterno with you, though.
What's Sterno?
It's what you use to heat.
Like a little campfire thing.
Yeah.
Camp stove.
I thought we were like going nerdy. It's like, oh, I have some skooma hiding out here somewhere, you know. You know, Skyrim.
No, Sterno's just a little can of some slightly dangerous flammable liquid that I guess will rot your brain if you drink it a bunch.
Sounds like a big hit on the Indian reservations. They drank hairspray.
I didn't hear about that.
I've seen it.
That sounds delicious. Wow. I take a couple shots of
yeah,
on that.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about, okay, you know, we'll just talking about stuff. I believe we talked about it before on the show. Was when I was younger, in high school, I did missionary work a little bit outside for the church on Spruce Street. And we went to, like, North Carolina and work on the Native American Indian reservations. And it was mainly stuff just cutting their grass. But there was, like, nothing really out there. Like, you couldn't get a lawnmower, so we're using, like, side blades and sickles to cut 4 and 5 foot tall grass for them. And I uncovered in this one guy's yard, it was like 5 Geo Metros were hiding in there. He was like, oh, I wondered where those went. Like, they were just hiding in the grass. And we had a res cop that would travel with us. And he was like, hey, you want to see something funny? And we were like, yeah, what? And we just crossed this little creek bridge, and we went under there, and there was a dude that was passed out. He was an old Indian. But in the creek bed, there was hundreds, if not thousands, of hairspray bottles, like hairnet or white rain or whatever it was. And because of the alcohol content in the spray, they would stab it. They would stab the can and just and just drink the whole can of hairspray. It would get them fucked up. They would just be hammered, like incoherent, like because it's borderline poisoning.
I don't think that's borderline.
It was because of so much, because of all the alcohol in it.
I don't think it's the right kind of alcohol.
Well, it's isopropyl, which I guess you can still get drunk off of.
No.
Or methyl alcohol. I mean, either way. I mean, I got some isopropyl alcohol. We can go in there and drink it and find out. But I
don't want to do that.
Yeah, me neither.
I think isopropyl will work. Methyl will make you blind.
I don't think he cared.
No.
But yeah, the cop, like, I remember he called the guy by his name, and I can't remember his name. He's like, we talked about this. You can't be doing this shit. He's like, and I looked at him. I was like, man, like, as a kid, I was a teenager, and I just was going, man, I feel bad. I felt bad for that guy because I just was like, man, I wish he had more money. I didn't understand what was going on and what reservations were, what kind of time that this was on, and what the American people back in the day, like, you know, generations before any of us in this room were born, how bad we fucked over the natives.
Real bad.
To where they just were like, yeah, we were given a country at cost and cheaper for the price of some firewater. And yeah.
Well, lots of bloodshed, too.
Lots of bloodshed, but, you know, anthrax blankets, smallpox blankets and stuff like that. But, I don't know.
Well, didn't they win back like half of Oklahoma?
Did they?
Pretty sure they did. They were trying to.
Oh, I don't know.
Nobody's going to have to move out.
No.
It just needs to be reverted back to their
just mean the taxes are getting paid to somebody else? Which, you know what, I'm fine for you. If you want to claim that as like a sovereign territory of like whatever tribe, so that's part of the government there instead of the standardized state government, that falls under, we'll say the Sioux or whatever, the Cherokee, then that means those tax dividends then go to be paid unto them. You're living on their land, so you pay the taxes into that. That's what a lot of state taxes were there for, was to centralize or vitalize the infrastructure.
State, city, something like that.
Pays for the roads, pays for the schools.
Which I've called bullshit on, though, for this state, because we apparently have a $500 and some million surplus, and we're just doing it for Baby Dog. I mean, we're just, fuck the $1 million drawings and the tricked out trucks and the hunting rifles and the shotguns and the lifetime fishing hunting licenses. Have you got 7 weeks? So you're doing the grand prizes for 7 weeks. So the grand prize is, if they go River Sullivan, where does he live at? Preston County. All of Preston County's roads are now paved. Like, we're going to fix all the roads.
All right, now that's the Hunger Game without the violence.
Yes.
Like, Preston County, you will be funded. Every other county, sorry about your luck.
I don't, the schools, whatever. Yeah.
I'm going to go up to P County and chip off some asphalt and bring it back down to my house.
I keep it hot in my truck with a heat gun. I got my wife in the back there of the bed. Just, it's dried out. Give me some pancake syrup. That'll keep her moist. Yeah.
Oh, you seen that YouTube video where they fix everything with ramen? We can give that a try.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, ramen and varnish.
I saw the ramen lady fix a pothole once, and it was a big West Virginia-sized pothole. But she does all this stuff with it, and it's like 3 minutes, and it's a blatant just cash grab is all it is, because you have to get those views. So it has to be above like 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And it's like 2 seconds over the mark, where right there she like duct taped over and then just went around it.
Oh.
And like your scooter. And it was like, yeah, ramen. It's just like she dumped a bunch of ramen and then put duct tape on the road and went, ha ha ha, skis, 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 Visco girl laugh. And then just went around it. And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
She got your view.
Got your ass.
Well, that's a warning to everyone.
So back to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, can we? We just finished up another game today, finally. We're doing this campaign where it's like a steampunk sort of London area, and they're hunting monsters as like a detective agency. I'm having a blast with it.
That sounds fun.
Sounds like the
are you
Order.
DMing or are you playing?
I am the master, yeah.
The man with the plan.
I think I really want to do that on this show one day. And it wouldn't be a recording thing. That would definitely have to be, I would set it up in here, probably set the board up right there.
This would be a great place to play.
Dude.
Love it.
And then we'd have to, and that's where I want to get to, where I want to set up cameras and lighting in here. So we'd live stream it. Just live stream the campaign.
I think Mountain Man River Sullivan would be Ranger?
I'm not quite sure, because
be a bard.
Mason tried to explain that to me on the last time he was here on his, like, I believe second D&D episode, and we were trying to figure out all the different shit that he sometimes had a hard time explaining it to me, just trying to get to the basics. He over-explained everything, which was perfect for me because I was just analyzing every little piece of information he was giving me. But I'm trying to figure out what all the other different classes are.
Well,
Oh, it never ends.
yeah, I could go through all that, or like, how do you resolve your problems? Do you talk your way out of it, punch your way out of it, or drop a
he
magic
definitely
bomb?
he punches his way
I can
into
get 90,
and out of problems.
I can get real world. I can get 90% of anything I need accomplished
With
done
his silver tongue.
with just talking. But I always reserve violence for last, because I don't
Because it's
like
the fun part.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be that guy that's always violent, because if you're always violent, people are always expecting violence. If you're always talking to people and getting to know them, they're always expecting you talking to them and knowing them. And then the moment that it comes that you have to express violence, nobody expects it.
Well, then I got one more question for you. Would you like to deal with your problem individuals by stabbing them in the back, or by encouraging your friends to kill them?
It feels like the same question.
Well, I mean, you can sneak into their room at night and just give them a little dagger in the back, or you can like, hey, Big Chungus, crush him.
So
I'm not sure if Big Chungus is ready to throw dice.
this guy. So hang on. So the person that I'm sneaking in while they're asleep to stab, do they deserve it, or I'm just
Yes.
doing it? So they do deserve it.
Yeah, or you're just stealing from them, whichever.
What does it matter?
It all matters. It's my morals, man. It's my compass. Yeah. So if they deserve it, yeah, I'm gonna sneak in and do it.
You're a rogue, sorry.
I'd prefer for it to be face to face, but
Oh, okay. Well, you could still be a rogue and do that.
I like playing rogues and thieves.
They're great. I love them.
I like the flexibility of the characters.
I mean, we could do 4 rogues and have a great party.
you rogue.
They're usually a little bit stealthy. They can sneak around. They can pick your pockets, or they can stab you in the back, usually with a dagger
Now,
or something.
the old lady
short.
says, for as big as I am, that apparently I'm the stealthiest thing she's ever met, because at least once or twice a day I scare the shit out of her just walking into the laundry room. Like, she'll be in there getting some laundry ready. I'll just be like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Ah!" I was like, "How do you not hear this? I'm a building. Like, I'm 6'4" on a good day. Like, how do you not hear clip clop moving through?" You're just so light footed. How are you this silent? I don't try to be quiet. I'm sorry.
It's all those years you spent as a dancer.
Just wanted to tell, coach just wanted me to throw the winning football game, but all I wanted to do was dance. I lost the big game, but I just wanted to dance.
So, Phil, how long have you been playing Dungeon Master?
So I kind of started when I was a kid, but one guy sort of read the rules and half remembered them, and we just made shit up. And then I did some shit in basic training, because we weren't allowed dice. We had stopwatches. So I guess I was running it there. So that was, I don't know, like 2003. So I guess that's the answer?
They didn't let you have dice? Well, not in basic.
No.
Yeah, the stopwatch.
Yeah.
I had some dice in Kuwait.
Oh.
We did a little bit of gaming over there. It was fun.
Did you keister him?
What's that?
Did you keister him? You had to sneak him in there.
Just for fun, yeah.
Had that little pocket, little prison pocket.
No, I had pockets.
Oh yeah.
That's no fun.
Oh, well.
Even keeps the dice cool in those hot hot environments.
Yeah. God, inside was cooler in Kuwait, wasn't it?
I don't think that the dice can be particularly well balanced when the numbers are all caked in with.
Well, of course you clean them first. You gotta clean them first.
Yeah, rub in some sand.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Like a litter box. You gotta.
Yeah.
Just.
Or maybe that's just how you roll them. You like keister them up there and
Just shoot them out. Yeah.
just shoot it out. Ooh, 19!
Critical hit. Oh, it was a critical hit.
Sorry about that little rosebud on your floor there.
Oh shit, is that blood? I should get that looked at.
That's disgusting.
God, you're gonna wear your sphincter out rolling it that many times.
Hey, look, man, I'm getting older. I had like the other day, I just spit and was like, "Is that blood?" Nah, that's probably fine.
That's
Just
probably fine.
getting older. Yeah, it's probably some
That's
Chipotle from
that's
earlier.
just what happens, when you're in your 30s. You just start bleeding out of weird places.
You're over the hill now.
Splattering blood shits on the wall. You don't sweat through the mattress and box spring every night. That's just every morning for me.
No, you need central air. I'm sorry.
Oh, we do have central
All right.
air. Oh, we finally got that replaced last fall.
Oh, it's
And
so nice.
this is the summer we finally got to use the AC. And my tech guy was like, "Don't turn the air conditioner on until the ambient air temperature is above 61 or 62 degrees, because it creates icing if you use it below it." It's wonderful. We got the train that's like, I think, twice the size that it should have been for this house. So I walked in there earlier after sweating my bells off. Walked in there, was like, "Oh, it's cold." It's so nice.
It's so glorious. I'm never going to another place without central air again. I'm spoiled.
I think they need to make that a law in West Virginia, that if your house doesn't have wheels on it, it has to have central air.
See, that was the thing. I knew a lot of guys that came from all over the country that worked at the other job with me, and they were like, "I have never met so many motherfuckers." This guy was, we called him Yo Dogs. Name was Harrison.
I think I met him.
No, you haven't met him. He'd been retired. He's
No, I think it was years and years ago.
old Yo Dog. You met old Yo Dog?
I think at the drinky spot.
Maybe. I don't know, but old Yo Dog was like, he's this older, just giant black dude. Loved him. He was funny as shit. Like, good guy to work for too. But we were talking, and he was like, "Man, you got central air?" I'm like, "Nah, I just got like a window unit." He's like, "I never met more of you motherfuckers in this mountain state of West Virginia that ain't got no central AC. All I see is ceiling fans. It's ceiling fans and window box fans." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, I came from the South. Like, he came from like Mississippi or something." He's like, I'll never forget, he told me, he said, "You'd have a shack built out of mud, shit, and igloo coolers, but I guarantee you, it had central air. It had central air all day, River." I was like, "Yeah, you're right, Yo Dog." But he was right. This state, for whatever reason, ceiling fans. I grew up with ceiling fans as a kid.
Same.
And maybe like the window unit box fan, if you were real fans, you had the two blade. You get that one blowing in, the one blowing out, try to create a little bit of airflow.
The way I grew up, it was, sun goes down, the windows go open.
Mm-hmm.
You get up in the morning, the windows close, and you turn the ceiling fans on.
Yeah.
Just circulate
Try
that
to
nice
circulate
cool air.
that cool air from the night. Yep.
Yep. I lived up in the attic, so it regularly got up to about 90 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I could not sleep.
My two older brothers lived up in the attic, and the best part was the walls were carpeted.
Ooh,
Carpeted walls. Carpeted walls.
your parents hated them.
I actually thought it was great. I was like, because when we'd be up there like with brothers, we're all wrestling and stuff. You get choke slammed into the wall. You're like, "Oh yeah, it's not bad. It's shag.
nice and soft.
It's lovely. You got to pet the furry wall." It was.
Yeah, but you got to vacuum your walls?
I don't know. It's just kind of weird thinking about being there as a teenager. Like, "Oh man, did you ever shoot some DNA?" Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's nowhere to put it.
Let me get the vacuum.
You gotta gum up the vacuum if you
I
do that.
had to take that carpet fresh powder and put it in my hand and throw it on the wall like fairy dust in Peter Pan.
You people need Jesus.
You motherfuckers need Jesus.
Hey, Jesus was watching you do that. You feel proud of yourself?
If Jesus was watching River do that, Jesus has got some issues. Sometimes you got to turn a blind eye.
Sometimes you get hit with it and get a blind eye.
Jesus watching that too.
Watch out, Jesus! I'm slinging ropes!
Shit. Time out. I can't see.
Don't look now, Jesus.
Oh, we're all going to hell.
Yep.
This is the episode, man. I've had some episodes I thought were about nothing, but this is the bullshit episode we've done, and it's been wonderful.
Oh man, I got facts I can drop. That's all I got. I'm sorry.
Well, here I'm gonna steer us in something here, I think, because we were already talking about me having to dig up, the Castle Sullivan over there. God, I'm talking about digging up old Casa de Sully. And I want to know, because right now for me, that is so far the most foobarred home improvement thing I've ever had to go through. That has gone from cut and dry. This is going to be the cheapest thing I've ever had to do at Lowe's, and has turned from $100 into about $600 fucking dollars and shit I got to buy. Plus the things I'm going to need to rent tomorrow. So I'm going to start. Phil, what is the most fucked up thing that you've ever had happen? Was it the centipedes, or did you have anything else?
Well, centipedes weren't bad, though I did have to put a bunch of expanding foam up on top of the block wall. That's not really approved, but it did work.
All the great stuff?
So I think the most fucked up thing for me was putting in the dishwasher. It should not have been hard. Oh, I'm getting a look. I feel like we're going to get a repeat of this story.
We hit a zone right there. We hit a little... Touched the
Continue,
nerve.
So I've got a piece of the counter that I can remove, so I can get into the dishwasher. It should not be hard. The cord comes out a little bit, so I can turn it a couple degrees, so that maybe if I squint and make myself real small, I can reach in the back and try and do something. I can't. You cannot do anything in the back of that thing. I tried. I plugged it all back in, started the water running. It leaked all over the floor. Cut the thing off.
This is resonating very hard right now in this room.
Yeah. So pull it all back out, scratch up the floor. I still have a whole bunch of scratches in my nearly indestructible vinyl floor, as this thing goes in and out a whole bunch of times. And it is the same story again and again. I think I fix it. I put so much more work into it. It leaks. I pull it back out, twist the thing. It was the most frustrating. If I should have just paid the professional, it would have been $20. Would have saved 4 hours of my life and so many bloody knuckles.
Yeah,
Always pay the professional.
I'm starting to learn that as things go. When you buy something at Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's like, oh, it's like $70 for the install.
Fuck that.
You're like, oh, I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I can do it. I got tools. I got a wrench. I got duct tape. I can do it. I mean, yeah, I can do it.
I mean, you're not a man.
But it's going to take me a weekend and a half a bottle of scotch and a half a bottle, a whole bottle of scotch and a half a bottle of ibuprofen. And my wife's going to be mad at me because of my shitty attitude. I'm going to be mad at me because I made my wife upset. And let's face it, boys, your life's pretty much keistered at that point.
Yeah.
You got to keep the wife happy. But I installed my dishwasher. It was a nightmare. But I had some experience with it. So River gets a.
I got a dishwasher and it said, "Hey, Dave,
hey, Dave,
you've done this
before." I was like, yeah, I'll come up.
It wasn't just you though. It wasn't just you because we had help. We had help with another individual that, like, we got putting this thing in, and actually, it wasn't bad. The install itself wasn't bad. The best part was because when we bought the dishwasher, I went, I want us to have something nice. I want it to be like top of the line. I got the second of the top of the line because the other top of the line was like an extra $1,000 and it had a window in the front with lights so you could watch the light show and spectacle. Ooh. Yeah, I know. That's what I did too. And then I saw the price tag and I went, oh, nope. So we got like the second from the top. Loved it. Fantastic. But you would think that this thing that is constructed out of what looked like cast iron, stainless steel, and vibranium.
That's just the front.
Yeah, just the front, but even the inside, it was all stainless steel inside, and nice sound insulated
Ritzy.
outside. It was like, yeah, it's KitchenAid.
Okay.
And it has like the bar holder. It looks like red 12-gauge shotgun shell casings on the sides of it is what it looks like. I was like, oh, that's really okay.
It's like a really cool little detail.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
So we're looking at it, and I'm trying to open this thing up, and I don't remember if it was you or the other dude.
Oh, it was me.
Because I was like, I can't get it open. No, it's just a little. You were like, that's just a little shitty plastic piece.
Yeah, it's a little clip holding it shut for
holding
transport.
it shut. We were like, that's for transport because they wouldn't use a little shitty piece of plastic on this all steel vibranium, unobtainium
like
construction.
$1,000 dishwasher.
Turns out that was
it was an important piece.
It was a very, very much required, absolutely required piece of technology that would not allow it because it makes the door go kerchunk and holds it. because we took it out, and I thought, nah, it's smart. I paid a lot of money for this, so we closed it, hit start, and it was going to like suction it shut, or it was going to be like and grab it. No, that's not the case. You still needed a kerchunk. It's 56-cent part, and then we had to wait 30 days for these guys from Double D Appliance. Great people, though. Definitely wasn't on them. They were the certified licensed guys to come out to fix it and do the install for the rest of the way, because we were too stupid to finish it out. And because we got the extended warranty. Thank God. And they were like, where was this thing? I said, it never came with it, man. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't there. It must have been an error in the manufacturer's process. Yeah, I found it later, like a month later, in a box of screws. I went, oh, shit, I could have just popped this. Because there was no screws involved. He just went, chick.
Oh, just like that, huh?
Yep.
A month for 30 seconds.
Yep. And he was like, done. I said, what do I? He's like, nothing. But it was also very snowy, and that was when he had to put his Ford F-15000 in four-wheel drive and peeled out at the top of the driveway, just maxing RPMs for 5 minutes as I'm standing down here at the base of the hill just watching rooster tails of mud, shit, and ass just flying out of it, and he gets finally to the main road, looks at me and goes, sorry. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. You have a blessed day.
Fuck dishwashers.
Dishwasher. Love it, though.
Yeah.
Love it. Looks great. Does good dishwashing things. Dave.
And they're so quiet these days, too. It doesn't sound like somebody's running a wood shop. In
yeah, my old one sounded like somebody was running a car wash in the house, like just.
What about Dave?
What's your story? What's your house nightmare story?
House nightmare story. Well, it probably the basement flooding.
Yeah, that was recent too.
It was very recent.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
That was a nightmare.
The other job.
But that's something that we dealt with. I think the coolest nightmare story is that after we closed on the house, my wife would not let us move anything in until I got rid of the glittery lavender paint in the master bedroom. It looked like a unicorn jizzed everywhere in this room.
Did a stripper own this house, or?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Actual unicorn jizz, then?
I think so.
All right.
Is this the same unicorn from the Squatty Potty? Because it shits out sugar with ice cream. It's only natural to jizz glitter.
This paint was so light purple and glittery. I mean, it was a nightmare. And the carpet was purple. It still is. I haven't ripped out the carpet.
Somebody jerked off Barney the dinosaur never.
But
I love you. You love me.
it was just horrendous.
You saw it.
So I got to rip that
His teeth.
paint off, and I tried. It's like, okay, well, I'll have to sand it all down or something. Turns out it was like really heavy duty like latex paint. So I ended up being able to peel the paint off the wall
in big ropes.
in great big chunks.
Jim Marlin.
I think I got like one piece off there that was literally like probably 4x8, like an actual sheet of plywood, just one piece. And once
I don't know what it is too about that latex paint, about peeling it. It is so satisfying.
It really
My
is.
God,
Yeah.
it's just
I think you're getting a little weird with it,
No.
but yeah, it's
I
satisfying.
love it. It's like bubble wrap, man. It's,
No, he's right. He's right. That's amazing.
just everything
are
at my other
weird
job
shit.
is painted, man, and this paint is so shittily with latex paint that I'll just itch a little bit of metal on a door frame and just peel it back and watch a whole swath of it come loose. I'm like,
You don't get like that with the
You okay?
electronic screens? You're pulling the plastic off?
oh yeah, the new screen.
God,
You get
yeah.
that
I
new-
like leaving that stuff on there.
Oh,
That's the best part.
oh.
Peel it off, take it back.
But then you'll get. I thought you get computer viruses if you.
I don't know, this one never came with a cover because they can't do one. It all has like a big cover, like I can feel it right here, but I'm not going to peel it because it's apparently the makeup of the screen. But everything
I
else,
made a
though,
perfectly good, terrible joke, and you didn't even listen to
I'm
it.
sorry.
Well, I'm not going to tell you again. You're going to have to wait till the episode.
I'm gonna. Here, let me put in some laughter that when I edit, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, you should. Oh, good one, Dave. Oh, wow.
son of a bitch.
How'd you come up with that? Oh, man, you're my favorite person ever.
Computer virus.
You're so original, you piece of shit. All right.
Oh, I can't believe that.
I love it. So we are wrapping up here very quickly, or rounding out to very quickly, as we're running out of time. And one thing that I have neglected to do here since we've had a guest on, when we had Rab on there, he didn't really get his farewell moment, and that was the thing that I've incorporated in here since I'd say the second half of season 4. So Phil, as we're rounding out here well over an hour already, what is your farewell moment, farewell story right now at this moment of the episode? It's all up to you. Whether you got a story to tell, a witty joke to tell, just something that you want to impart or imbibe to the rest of the internet for all of time, that you want driven home, as this is your moment to make it last forever.
All right, then, since I am
No pressure.
a veteran, and we've been talking about some FUBAR stuff, I have quite possibly the most FUBAR combat operation that has ever existed. I've been wanting to talk about it, but there's never been an appropriate moment. If this is my final hurrah, now is the time.
I like how you went evangelical preacher on it, though. You know, it's my final moment, Lord.
All right, I will bring it back down for you. So there we were on QRF. That's the quick response. We're the guys sitting around in our tent playing Xboxes up until they give us the call. And they give us the call. Our other sister platoon is in dire needs, so we drive about 10 minutes down the road.
You were with 82nd, right?
This was with the 173rd.
Okay.
Them other airborners. And we see 2 gun trucks sitting on the road, and they are pointing off into the dunes. There's this little wadi, which is like a trench. And every now and then they're shooting off down there, and every now and then we hear pew! As someone returns fire. It is an intense fire fart, as there is a pew! Every minute or two.
I just realized you said intense fire fart.
I did. Leave that in there.
The intense fire fight continued. I'm sorry.
So you got the 50 caliber machine guns rocking back into this wadi, and they're exchanging fire. And they pull my gun truck. I was the 240 Bravo machine gunner on top. They pull me right behind the other one, and my combat responsibility was to look the other way just in case they decide to flank us. And I hear the from the 50 cal, and then pew! That happened all the time. I think they blew out a tire. That was our damages. And we get mortars. We brought mortars down. So they set up, and we got helicopters down there too. So we bring one of those in too. So the helicopters are flying. We got the mortars set up. It's like whoa, mortars, whoa. Mortars cannot fire if we got aircraft in the area. They will shoot them down. It's like okay, mortars can't fire. Helicopter goes over and they drop a flare on our maneuver unit that's out flanking them, trying to do their dirty work. And we call up the helicopter. It's like whoa, man, you got the wrong thing. Stop shooting. So we got the helicopter flying around over. We got the mortars setting up. They can't shoot. The pew every couple of minutes. And I'm out there thinking, oh my god, this is one guy with a bolt-action rifle, the other 2 done ran away. And we have a helicopter, like 4 gun trucks, a mortar team, and then we got a maneuver squad. The maneuver squad, thank god, someone knows how to do their job. They go over and they shoot this man about 150 times. And we used probably $1 million just to take out one insurgent with a bolt-action rifle.
With a bolt action.
Yeah. FUBAR, man.
Some would call that.
That's actually like a really good allegory for really all government spending.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Let's throw money at it until the problem goes away.
Drown him in nickels. So that's my big moment, River.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah. So, guys, we are all out of time here. So, thank you again, Phil, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and tuning in. Don't forget all the other different ways that it is here you can listen. You can check us out pretty much anywhere that it is you can get a podcast. Download the Alexa app if you have a Alexa smartphone or whatever, anything like that, to say, hey, Alexa, play This Evening Tonight. And she will very hardly try to oblige because I don't trust it at all. It's a CIA listening device. But
The birds are listening.
Yeah, Alexa's listening. But yeah, guys, also don't forget to check out the affiliate page there for Duke Cannon. Click on the link, get yourself a little something, which gets us a little something to further improve this show so you can further actually, hopefully, one day finally see where it is that we are recording so you can see where all these damn birds are singing their beautiful, beautiful songs. But until next time, we hope to find you a little bit happier, a little bit healthier, and a little bit less bitter. But until next time, peace out.
I forgot they were also snipers, and they weren't zeros, so it was worse.
Jeez.